Hello, my name is Colt Sliva, and I'm a technical SEO, and today I want to talk about Wix Velo. Um, so I decided to do a demo project using Velo, an e-commerce store, and some automation to automatically build some products. And the reason that I wanted to do this was the idea of content expansion. So much of SEO depends on being able to have content with a variety of keywords. And really, you're not going to rank for anything without having that content. So the idea here is before investing a bunch of time and money into keyword research, we are just going to throw a wide net and capture as many keywords as possible by building a variety of products in an automated way. So for this project, we are going to be using Python scripts, some JavaScript, and then of course Wix. So to get started, we're going to need a brand. Um, And so for my store, I'm going to be calling it Candle Crafty, and I'm going to use candlescience.com to be our vendor. And so the nice thing about Candle Science is that they're open to everyone and they list out all of their products. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these scents, we're going to scrape them, we're going to clean that data, we're going to put it in a format that's usable by creating a product. We're going to generate some images, and then we're going to send that over to our Wix store, get it uploaded, and then we'll have a fully functioning store in a matter of no time at all. So the first thing I want to do here is I'm going to scrape all of these scents off. So I'm going to go ahead and go to inspect. And the cool thing about Chrome is that you can run random scripts in here. So I could say let A equals hello, and then when we put A, it's going to put out a hello. Additionally, we can do that over here in sources. You can put save snippets. So I have a save snippet here. It's going to get an element by class name. And I found that class name by just inspecting element. And I found the class that was closest to the products. It was called products. And then inside of that div, we have a bunch of links that we can then scrape. So going back to our sources tab, um, we grab products, we get all of the A tags out of that, we push all of those A tags into an array, and then we split or we join together all of the items in the array with a new line character in between each and save that prepended with a data text CSV charset UTF-8. Basically what that is it's a CSV file. Um, and then we put that CSV file in an encoded URL, and then we try to open that. And that ends up saving the CSV of data. So let's go ahead and run that now. And you see that download pops up at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and open that. And you can see we have all of our fragrance leaks. So now we know what pages we need to scrape from. Um, so that's one way to scrape data. Another way is through scripts. So coming over here to our text editor, I'm using VS Code. I'm going to go ahead and grab my extract script, which I've already written here. What this is going to do is it's going to take our downloaded list of URLs and we are going to start a Pipetteer instance, which is just like headless Chrome. And then so for each of those links, we are going to send headless Chrome to them and we are going to parse some data out of them and then save that to another CSV. So what this script does is it starts Pipetteer and then it starts a beautiful soup parser and we grab latent elements that are important to creating a product, right? So I want to grab this product title. I go ahead and grab this full description. I pull out these notes here, fragrance notes. So for each of those, you can see that I'm getting the title, stripping it of white space, I get the notes, um, and then I get the spans from those, and then I parse out. Um, I could tell that the spans were not the first span, but the second, or the fourth, and then the sixth. So I really want to grab these text. And then once we have that parsed out, we save blend ideas, brand ideas, color ideas. So we try to pull all of this out and save it in our CSV. So I'm going to go ahead and run that. Let me go to extract and then run Python main.py. Apparently, I'm not printing anything, but what it's doing right now is spinning up a Chrome browser, sending it to the website, saving the data, and storing it. And the result of that is this CSV. Let me go ahead and preview that. So you can see that we get our title here, our top notes, mid notes, base notes are extracted, and then we have blend ideas, some color ideas. That's going to be key for coloring our candle. And then at the end here is our description. So now that we have this gorgeous data set, let's clean it up a little bit. So let's look at my next script here. So this script is going to do two important things. One, it's going to take data that is a little bit dirty, like sometimes it has white space at the end or like encoded characters, things that we didn't mean to pull off the internet. And that's just the nature of pulling data off the internet. This is one of the biggest things that Google struggles with is how unstructured the web is. But we know exactly what we're pulling down, so we can write some code to do that. So this function, it just it splits our like blend recommendations. So that way it only gives us this text or the branding ideas or the colors. That's what that does. The color actually uses this library color and it pulls in based on like a string. Like if I said green, then it gives me a hex code for green, which is awesome. And then what we do is we loop through each of these, clean them up, generate the hex codes, and then return that into a new CSV. And so taking a look at that, let me actually preview this. Looking at our clean data set, if it loads, okay, we'll just look at it like this. You can see that we have the color green, and then we also have a hex code for that. We have orange, and then we have a hex code. So that is pretty powerful. Now, in this sort of ETL step of extract, transform, and load, that was a bit of a transformation step. We can do some more, though. Another step is to build some content. So when I was building content, I tried natural language generation, which can be great if you do it right, and it was not going right for me. And so I just tried an ad lib strategy. Whoops. So the ad lib strategy is essentially it's like text spinning, which is not ideal. But we go back and we review our text, and then also we are doing this in a very intentional way. So we're not just stealing content and then spinning it up a little bit. We're actually building our content in a very systematic way, similar to what we would do with writing. So we're going to take some core nouns, verbs, and adjectives that would describe candles as well as feelings. And a good product description will leave you feeling something. It'll leave you feeling like the product is high quality or has craftsmanship. It will tote its benefits. It will provide social proof, meaning, how did other people feel about it? And then at the end, it should have a call to action. And then additionally, it's helpful for click-through rate, especially for meta descriptions. If you have some sort of like number tied to this, like these are 8.5-ounce candles that burns for 60 hours. And then of course the keywords themselves. These are the products, like the various ways to describe a product. So we take our clean data and we're going to go ahead and pull in the notes for each of those, break them apart, and then we're going to sort of use that to build some sentences with like random notes. So we're going to say we're going to get the title first, grabs a random choice from craftsmanship, random choice for the product title, random choice for a noun, and then just go through and sort of build out our sentences. And then from there, we can shuffle our sentences to add some variety. And then at the very end, we want there to be a call to action. Generally, you want the call to action at the end. And then you join all of that together, rebuild your CSV, and now you have descriptions. So let's open this. So you can see there's this ad lib here now that says, Citron and Mandarin is a designed scent. Whoops. So you get the idea. Now what we're going to do, we have product title, product attributes, we need a product image. So let us look at how to build an image. I tried two different strategies for this, just like I tried the product descriptions. So first I tried an SVG, which used line drawings, and that would be good if you were good at line drawings, which I am not. So I tried a Photoshop style method. And what that is we're going to start with a background. This is basically a blank canvas. Here's our product. It is an uncolored candle, unlabeled, and then we cut out the section that's going to be recolored. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a background and a foreground, merge them together, add some text to it, and then we have a unique product image. So looking at the code here, we're going to import our text or our CSV, import two fonts of two different sizes. We have this tint image function that is going to load in an image, split out the pixels and the alpha values, meaning like how opaque is it, and then it's going to grayscale it, apply a color, and then put the alpha back in. And the result of that is a gorgeously recolored image. So then we're going to loop through our CSV here, take our hex code that we were able to get from the text and the title of the candle. And then we're going to split the title of the candle, make it vertical, so that way each word is in its own line. And we're going to get our images, our foreground and background, tint the background, or the foreground, sorry, and then paste the two together. And then we're going to draw some text in this next section and then save it. And we can go ahead and run that so you can sort of see that. So let me run Python main.py, and look at that. We're generating images. Gorgeous. Let me just close those. So under my saves, you can see we have generated a pile of images for our products. And now essentially we have everything that we need to build a product. So let's look at how to send it to Wix. So Wix has this awesome dev mode for Velo. You're going to want to come in, turn it on, and then along the right sidebar here, you're going to want to go to public and backend. I'm going to delete this file so you will see, or I will see what you will see the first time you do this. I'm going to add expose site API, and then you can see that it's filled out this http functions.js, and we have a pre-built function in here. What this is going to do is it opens up this endpoint, a get endpoint for multiply, and it's going to try to get a left operand value from the request query and a right operand value, and then do some math on that. It's going to multiply the two and return it. And then it shows you here production endpoints. So I'm on a free site. I'm actually going to grab that so we can test this. Make sure to save. And whoops. let us go to coltsliva.wix site, and under my site, that is candle-crafty. Whoops, maybe it's an underscore. Whoops. All right, what do we got here? Okay, well, as you can see, it's working here. I don't know what I've pasted incorrectly, but you can see functions dev, multiply, that's our function name, and then left operand is 3 and 20. If I make this 3 and 2, then the product is 6. If I make it 3 and 6, some number, we get some other big number. So awesome, multiplication works. Now we are going to replace that with our actual function. I've already written this and I don't want to write it again, so I'm going to just paste it in, but I will walk you through it. So we are going to import Wix Media Manager, which is for images, really any media, but for us it's going to be for product images, importing and then getting a URL from that. Wix Store's backend is going to give us um, uh, a place to create products, and then Wix HTTP functions gives us a post, get, request, and a way to send responses back. So the general process is we're going to get product information from our Python script, which is going to get it from the CSV. And then we are going to upload the image, create the product, and then once we have the image and the product, we're going to merge the two together. So we have some functions here to help with that. Upload image is going to create a buffer from a base 64 image, and then give it some information like the fact that it's a PNG and where to put it, what folder to put it in. And then once it's done with that, it's going to give us a download URL back. And we're going to use that download URL to apply it to the product image. And then create product just takes product information, sends it to Wix, Wix saves it, and then we get back a product ID. So not too complicated, but extremely powerful for our purposes. So I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to come back to our code. And this is really our final script that we need. This is going to build our image and our products, and then it's going to send it up to Wix. So this upload function does the post request to our store. This get file name builds a file name, get SKU builds a SKU. I'm appending dash or underscore G so that way I know it's a generated product. Get meta description is building meta descriptions for me. Get image is generating the base 64. Get SEO title is building an SEO title for me based off the name, scent, and color. And then we loop through that, build all of this into one giant object, and send it. So we can test it out. I've saved this here, save this here. I already have products in the store. I'm going to select those, delete, start totally fresh, and let's run Python load / main.py. So I'm printing out the name of the product, and if all goes well, we should see the next one print out, amber and driftwood, awesome. And then if I come over here and refresh, we see some products. Look at that. That's awesome. So we're at 13 right now. If I go ahead and refresh again, boom, 15. So that's pretty much it. We now have a store filled with products. They are covering a variety of keywords. They are generated so that way we don't have to spend a pile of money getting these built out. So there it is. Products filled in, generated, ready to go. This store has just set up payment information and we are off to the races. So I hope this was interesting for you. I hope that you are thinking of some awesome ways to use Wix Velo and how maybe you can automate some work and speed things up. My name is Colt Sleva. Till next time.